Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair. Today's video is going to be a full face of Revlon makeup. So I randomly got a coupon for CVS for 50% off all of Revlon makeup. So I decided that was the perfect excuse to test out a bunch of their products, and I actually haven't tried very much from Revlon at all. So I picked out a bunch of things to test, and I figured we would do a full face and I would share it with you guys. So if you're interested in seeing this full face of Revlon makeup, definitely keep watching and let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I got from Revlon is, well, it will probably surprise you if you watch my videos a lot, and it's the Photoready Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing Primer. And this may surprise you because I typically do not use primer. I've just never been a primer person, but I feel like that's mainly because I've just never found one that I just loved and I saw a major difference when I used it. But I have been watching Jessica Braun quite a bit lately, and she is always talking about how good this primer is. There's a few different versions of it. There's one that is more of like a hydrating primer. This is more of the smoothing one. And then there's also, I think, one with SPF or something, but this is the one with the pink top that she's always talking about. So I'm really excited to use this. So it comes in a bottle with a pump, which I really like. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of like a gel consistency. That's about a pump and a half. So I'm going to use this. That might be too much. I don't know. It has a little bit of scent to it. Kind of an interesting smell. I'm not sure what it smells like. It's not super fragrant, but it definitely has a little bit of scent to it. Okay, I kind of let it set for just a minute, and it definitely kind of reminds me of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, but not as tacky. It definitely dried down a little bit more. It has a little bit of tack to it, but not a lot, and it actually does feel very smoothing, which it says it's a perfecting and smoothing primer, but I can definitely tell it does kind of feel like it just lightly smoothed over my skin. I don't see anything super noticeable up close, but I like how this feels. I feel like this is going to be a really good base for under makeup, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to try it with foundation. So I'm going to quickly apply some corrector under my eyes. I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown one. I do not think Revlon makes a color corrector, or I didn't see one, but I could be wrong. I'm just quickly tapping this in. Let's move on to foundation. I actually spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out which foundation I was going to get for this video. I have only ever tried the Revlon Candid Glow foundation. I had that a while back. You may remember it if you've been watching my videos for a while. And I almost went with the original Colorstay, but I did decide to go with the new one. So this is the Revlon Colorstay Light Cover Foundation. 12-hour natural finish with SPF 35. And I almost didn't go with this one because the few people I've seen try this did not like it at all. But I kind of was curious. I like light cover type foundations, and I just kind of wanted to try something different. So we're going to go in with this. I got the shade 210 Creme Brulee, and I have no idea if it's going to be a good shade or not. Drugstore shades are kind of hit or miss for me. So it comes in a little squeezy tube bottle. It actually looks like a pretty good shade for me. It's very, very liquidy and runny. Actually, when I was at the Revlon section in CVS, I actually did not realize they had like 4 different versions of Colorstay from Revlon. There was this one, which is the new light cover one. Then there's the original Colorstay that comes in the oily skin version and the dry skin version. And then there's also a full cover Colorstay, which I didn't even know existed, but I spent quite a bit of time trying to decide which one to get. Okay, so I'm thinking this shade is gonna be okay. That was another thing. It's so hard to pick shades in drugstore foundations. It's a struggle. So it seems like you do not have a lot of blending time with this, because this side almost felt like it was like partially dried when I started blending it. It doesn't have a super strong sunscreen smell, which I like. Okay, I still have a little bit left on the back of my hand, but this is what that first layer looks like. So I would agree. It does look like a natural finish to me. I would say this coverage is a pretty good light coverage right now. It's not super, super sheer. Like, I feel like this is a little bit more than a tinted moisturizer, but definitely not a medium coverage. It's kind of in between. Let's go in with just a little bit more of this and see what happens. See if it's buildable at all. I'm just taking just a little bit more. It's interesting. It's very watery, like when you first get it out of the tube, but then it's like it dries down to a tacky feel. It's very interesting. I think that built up the coverage very, very slightly. Not a whole lot, but it looks, the finish looks pretty. It's just a very weird feeling foundation. Like, it almost feels a little bit powdery. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really dislike it, but I don't know that I love it like right off the bat. Okay, moving on to concealer. This, I feel so crazy for buying this concealer again because I've had this in the past and I didn't love it, but I'm thinking it was the shade that I didn't love. It's the Candid concealer. I have had this, I want to say I've had the shade Light and the shade Fair. I have 2 of them again. This time I got shade Creme Brulee though, which is 025. I do not know, oh, I don't know if that's gonna, I don't know about that. It looks a little orangey. So I wasn't sure about that shade, so I did get the shade Light as well. I know that I've had this shade in the past and I was not crazy about it. I feel like the shades in this concealer are really, really off. Like, when I was looking at them, I feel like they look either really, really yellow or very dark or very, very light. There's like no in between, like neutral shades. So that is shade Light, which looks very, very yellow. And then that is shade Creme Brulee, which looks, I don't know, looks kind of orangey. So I'm guessing we're gonna have to mix both of these. But yeah, the reason I wanted to try this again is because the only other concealer I saw from Revlon was the Colorstay concealer. Again, there were not very many shades and I never hear anyone talking about that, but I do hear that people like this concealer. So I really wanted to try it again since I was doing a full face of Revlon. I know several people I watch here on YouTube that love this. I just don't know about the shade, but we're gonna test this out. So I'm gonna do the darker one, Creme Brulee, first. And I'm gonna put that in the center And then I'm gonna take a little bit of the light shade. See, like, light is super, super light, but then when you go up one step, it gets a lot darker. It's like there's not anything in between. So I'm gonna blend this in. So I let this concealer, like I do with pretty much all of my concealers, sit for like at least 30 seconds before I start to blend them in. I just feel like that's how you get the most coverage. So I don't, just looking at it in my mirror over here, I don't love those two colors together. I don't know what, yeah. I feel like the Creme Brulee shade, definitely too dark, but the light shade is too light on its own. I actually like the finish of it under my eyes. Like, I like, it doesn't look drying yet at all, but it doesn't look super dewy either. It kind of is just a natural finish concealer. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit more of light and then just kind of tap this in, because I feel like that Creme Brulee shade was just really dark. It is giving decent coverage. I don't think it's full coverage. I would say this is a medium coverage concealer. Yeah, I'm just not, I'm not a fan of these colors. I don't think it's necessarily the concealer itself. I just do not like these colors. And then there was like nothing that I could find in between these two. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I cannot seem to find a good color in this. I feel like if the color was better on this, I might really like it, because I do like the finish and how it looks under my eyes, but the color is not it for me. Okay, I did just apply a little bit of powder to my face. I did not get a powder from Revlon, mainly because I just don't need any more powder right now. I really don't need any of these things, but I really don't need powders. So I just used what I have in my drawer here, which is MAC Light Plus, the Mineralized Skin Finish. And now I want to move on to bronzer. So this is one of the things I'm most excited to try, because the people I have seen use this really liked it and it looked really pretty. So this is the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic bronzer, and this one is in the shade 110 Sunlit Glow. Ooh, yeah, that looks nice. So this is like a bronzer with some shimmer to it. So that is it right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see the shimmer on camera, but it feels really nice. It feels really buttery. They did have a darker shade of this, I believe. This was the lighter one. Okay, I'm liking the color of this so far. I was thinking this might be similar to like the Hourglass bronzers. Ooh, yeah. Okay, that's a really pretty color. And the brush that I'm using is the Morphe M581. It's kind of a smaller brush for bronzer, but I actually kind of like it. Ooh, yeah, this is pretty. Yeah, so this definitely kind of reminds me of the Hourglass ambient lighting bronzers. Okay, let me look up close here. Oh, okay. Yes, like this. Okay, this looks really pretty. It definitely has some shimmer to it. It's kind of has a bronzy shimmer to it. Like, I'm looking at it on my hand and it just kind of looks like a very, very subtle golden glow. It's really pretty though. I'm excited. I don't really have a drugstore bronzer that has any shimmer to it that I like. I have the Milani Silky Matte, which is matte, obviously. I have the Butter Bronzer, which is matte. And then I have the Maybelline City Bronzer, but that one is matte as well. So this one is something different. So this I really like so far. And then I did get a blush. This is the Revlon powder blush in Tickled Pink. So it's a pretty vibrant looking pink. But I got this because, you guessed it, Kellyanne on Instagram was using this color. And it looks so pretty on her. So I decided to go with this one. Revlon did actually have a cream blush, like in a stick, and I almost got that one, but then I just decided to go with this instead. So it has a good bit of kickback to it. The color of this kind of reminds me of Bobbi Brown Pale Pink, but not quite as bright, but the shade of it kind of reminds me of that. Okay, yeah, the blush, very pretty. The bronzer, very pretty, but oh my gosh, this concealer situation is not it. Yeah, the concealer color is like throwing me off because it looks really odd. It looks yellow. It just doesn't look, it doesn't blend at all. Anyway, but the bronzer and blush, very pretty. The blush also does not have any shimmer in it. It's just a matte pink blush. It has a very kind of velvety feel to it. That's it right there. Okay, so I'm excited about these two so far. Okay, next we're gonna try a brow product from Revlon, and this had a little new sticker on it. I don't know if this is actually new, but it's the Revlon Colorstay Brow Shape and Glow. So it's a pen. It has the pen on one end and then like a little highlighter on the other end. I'm gonna go in with Got to Be Glued first and then use the pen, because I feel like since this is a pen and not a pencil, I'll be fine going in afterwards after I've used Got to Be Glued. So I'm just gonna quickly brush my brows up. Okay, so here is the pen. So you have the marker on one side. That's it right there. Hopefully this color will work. This is soft brown, if I didn't say that already. And then on this side, you have a little, it says glow powder. So it's this little powdery tip, and it has like, I don't know if you can see, it's like a shiny kind of champagne looking, kind of looks like a cream eyeshadow that I guess you're supposed to put under your brow. I don't know. We will try this, but let's first do the pen side. I don't have a ton of experience with brow pens. The only pen that I have is the MAC Shape and Shade, which I like, but I haven't been using that, so I'm kind of out of practice. I feel like with pens, you kind of have to practice a lot to get good at it. Okay, color I think is good. It's not super intense when you use it, so that I feel like is helpful, because sometimes if you go in with some brow products or pens that are really, really dark and intense, it can be really kind of intimidating and difficult to fix if you mess something up. Let me try to do a little bit in the front. This is always really hard for me. Let's see. So I kind of feel like this pen, the ink or the product is not coming out evenly. Like sometimes when I press on it, I can see like where it's coming out, and then other times it looks really, really sheer. It's kind of like the tip of the pen kind of dries out or something. I don't know. Yeah, I felt like I was getting more pigment when I first started, but now I feel like not much is really coming out of here. I feel like this is gonna dry out very, very quickly because I already feel like not much is coming out now that I've used it for a few minutes. So let's try again on this side. Like, is anything coming out? I can't even tell. This is not easy this is not easy to use. Like, the tip of the pen keeps getting dry and I have to try to shake it, get some going on my hand, go in again. Like, it's just not sure about this. I'm bummed. I wish it would work because I really actually like brow pens. I like the way they look, at least. But yeah, this is not easy to use. I think I'm going to take a little bit of my NYX pencil and fix this just a little bit. Like, with that pen, I can't even like fill in this area very well. Okay, I think that's as much as I can really do with them at this point. Yeah, not a fan of this so far. Let's use the little brow highlight thing. I can't even tell how like when you untwist this end and the powder comes out right here, it's like not, like hardly anything is on there. I don't know, where is the powder coming from? Is it in this cap here? I mean, I don't even hardly see anything. Okay, if I look close in a mirror, there's like a little bit of shimmer there. I can see, you wouldn't see it unless you looked up really close. This, yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, for the eyes, I only got one eye product. I was gonna get one of their palettes, but then I just decided to just use one of these. So this is the Revlon Colorstay Cream Shadow, and so it comes like this. I actually had a hard time just now unscrewing it, but you unscrew and there's your cream shadow. I feel like I've heard pretty good things about these, and then it does also come with this on the back as well. It's like a little brush that you pull out like this and use, which is kind of interesting. So maybe I'll use this. I'm not going to put anything on my eyelids or anything. I'm just going to go straight in with this cream. So this one is in the shade Praline. And let me swatch it for you. Ooh, okay, so this color's pretty. So that is Praline. Ooh, that's nice. The texture of these kind of remind me of the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. Okay, so I'm gonna get some on this brush. Ooh, now that color. Ooh, okay. That is so pretty. I'm just gonna kind of take my finger and blend the edges just a little bit. Oh wow, now that is really pretty. Oh my gosh. Ooh, wow, it's kind of like an oystery color. Honestly, kind of reminds me of, what is it? Marie Antoinette from Charlotte Tilbury. It's like an oystery pearl kind of color. Ooh, now that I really, really like. And this brush, I mean, obviously you don't need it, but it's kind of nice that it comes with this so you don't have to stick your finger in here. So I'm gonna get some more on the brush. And okay, so this gives your eyes, this color at least, gives your eyes kind of that wet look that I really, really like. So there is that color. Now that is so nice. That would be so pretty on its own. So this is like a really good one and done eyeshadow color. They did have other colors. They had some deeper ones as well. Now I kind of want to try some more of these. There's another drugstore brand that does these. Is it Maybelline Color Tattoo maybe, that comes in like a little pot like this? I don't have any of those, but ooh, this I really like. Now I just want to take that bronzer and I'm going to put that in my crease. That's pretty too. Yeah, this bronzer really reminds me of the Hourglass bronzers, which is nice because Hourglass bronzers are like $50 a piece. And this, I want to say, was like $12.99. Ooh, okay, yeah, this combo, so pretty. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of the bronzer again and put this on my lower lash line. Okay, I went in with quite a bit of this bronzer in my crease area because it's definitely on the lighter side. So if you are darker than me, I would definitely get the darker shade of this. But if you're my skin tone or lighter, I think this would be really pretty on you. Love this. And the combo of this and this cream shadow, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I hope you can see on the camera. I think I'm gonna quickly do a little bit of a wing with my Charlotte Tilbury pencil. I don't have a Revlon eyeliner. I just didn't pick one up. So I'm gonna do this and then we'll move on to mascara and the lips. Okay, I did get a Revlon mascara and I think this is their newest one, but it's the So Fierce Big Bad Lash Mascara. They had a bunch of Revlon mascaras actually, but this was, I think this is the newest one. I haven't tried much from Revlon. I definitely haven't tried a mascara from them. So it's in kind of a shorter, fat red tube. Okay, so it has a really large wand. Kind of reminds me of like CoverGirl Exhibitionist or Too Faced Better Than Sex. I kind of like how it's smaller though, like the wand is a little bit smaller than what most mascaras are, I feel like. Okay, so that is just one thinner coat. It's not clumpy at all. The formula feels pretty thin. So I'm gonna go and add one more coat of this. So this added a lot of volume, like a lot. I will say if you do not like large mascara wands, you probably would not like this because this is a very large wand. As you can see, this is probably not going to be like a natural makeup everyday kind of mascara. It's definitely very much for volume, I would say, than length, but it did really add volume to my lashes. Hopefully you can tell. I will say my lashes are on the long side right now. A lot of you ask if I use a lash serum, and I do. Right now I'm using Grande Lash, and it's really working. So for me, that one works well. But yeah, it looks really nice, just definitely more of a dramatic mascara. And I also would say because this wand is so big, I would think this would be pretty difficult to use on your bottom lashes, but I'm gonna try to use a little. Yeah, definitely kind of hard to use on your bottom lashes, but I do like this for my top lashes, so I will definitely continue to use that. And then last but not least, we have the lips, and I actually bought a Revlon lip liner. This is the Colorstay lip liner in the shade Natural. And then when I was looking at my makeup yesterday, I realized I already had that exact lip liner. So I guess I can take that one back. But this is, I think, the same thing. The packaging looks a little different, but I didn't realize that I had this. So I will swatch this for you. So these are retractable lip liners. This one is a really light nude. So that's it right there. So I got that, and then I also got a new shade of my favorite Super Lustrous Shine lipstick. And this is in the shade Beaming Strawberry. All right, so we'll do the lip liner first. And this actually looks like this lip liner has a little bit of a sheen to it. So this is nice. I wish the color was a little bit deeper, but it's not bad. It's pretty. Okay, and then for the lips, I'm really excited about this. So this, like I said, is one of my favorite lip products ever. In fact, this is kind of why I wanted to do a full face of Revlon, because I love these so much. So this is Beaming Strawberry. I think this is gonna be, yeah, a pretty vibrant pink. But I thought it would be something a little different than the other colors that I have. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. If you haven't tried these from Revlon and you like something really quick and easy to put on your lips that feels really good, it's not sticky, and it gives you some color but not anything super intense, you would love these. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Shine lipstick, and then I think there's also a Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick without the shine, but I've never tried those. I always get these that say shine on them, but ooh, that color is really nice, really, really pretty. And it matches actually really well with the pink blush that we used. And that is gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to quickly kind of go over my thoughts on these things now that they've had kind of a chance to sit on my skin a little bit. I will say I was very nervous about this when we went in with the foundation and concealer, but I'm actually pretty impressed with how it kind of came together. I still gotta say though, I do not love this concealer, and I think it's mainly the color. I don't think it's the concealer itself, because it does not look bad under my eyes at all. It's just the color combo is just not good. I guess maybe at some point I'll try the light by itself without the darker one and see if maybe I can make that work. But yeah, not loving the concealer, and the foundation actually looks nice. It's not anything earth-shattering, I would say. It's not, I don't think, going to be like a new favorite, but it looks nice. But love, love, love this bronzer. Oh my gosh, if you like a luminous bronzer and you like the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, you will really like this. But like I said in the earlier clip, if you're a good bit darker than me, definitely get the shade up from this one, because this one is pretty light. So that would be the one thing to kind of keep in mind. But this is so pretty. It does have some shimmer to it though. So if you don't like shimmer in your bronzer, you will not like that. Again, really like the blush. I mean, again, nothing earth-shattering. It's a basic powder blush, but the color is really pretty. It applied really well. I like it. This is matte, so no shimmer in this one. The Colorstay Cream Shadow, oh my gosh. I am gonna use this a ton. I love this so much. Oh my goodness, this is, I'm so glad I tried this, because I almost didn't get this. I almost got an eyeshadow palette instead, but this is so nice and pretty, and this shade is a perfect one and done shadow shade to me, and this in the crease with it, oh, love it so much. The mascara I like. I just, I kind of wish the brush was just a tiny bit smaller. I just feel like it's kind of a difficult size to work with, especially if you're someone that has like smaller eyes. But if you like a lot of volume, you can see this does definitely give you some volume, which I like. Not easy to apply on your bottom lashes though. So just something to keep in mind. The brow pen is going to be a no from me. I mean, it looks fine now that I kind of fixed them a little bit, but I used my NYX pencil to kind of fix certain areas, but this was not easy to use at all. And I don't know, I don't really understand the point of this little highlighter for under the brow. I mean, I understand the point. It's just, I feel like it doesn't do a whole lot, but I like the color. I just wish it was a little easier to work with. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Love the lip combo, especially the lipstick though. The liner is fine. It's okay. It's just a basic retractable lip liner, but this, I love these so much. I love these from Revlon. I want every single shade. I think I have like 4 or 5 of them now. But I will tell you that this shade Beaming Strawberry, I haven't seen this really anywhere except CVS. So if you want a bigger shade selection of these Revlon lipsticks, I would look at like a CVS or a Walgreens, because that color I have not seen at like Target or Walmart or places that have Revlon but not a huge selection. So if you want a really wide selection of colors, I would recommend looking at CVS or Walgreens. I just realized I almost forgot the primer. Okay, so I feel like I need to try it with other complexion products to see if I like it, but I do like how my skin looks, which obviously may not all be the primer, but it could be that things lay nicely on this primer. So I definitely want to keep using this. My first impression was I kind of like it. I don't love it, but I definitely don't dislike it. I feel like I just need to play around with it a little bit more. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was so much fun. I love trying a full face of a certain brand, especially drugstore brands. I feel like it's a good way to really see what the good things are and what maybe aren't the best at the drugstore. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if there's another brand you'd like me to do in the future, and I can definitely do them. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, make sure to go follow me on Instagram at simply.blair. I will list and link all of these products in my description box as always, and I will see you guys in my next video. Remember, simply be you. Bye.